Welcome back to another Smiles Golf video. Today we are going to be looking at 7 rules mistakes every golfer makes on the Golf Monthly YouTube channel. So please go over there, subscribe and like to them as well. Let's get into it. Let's see how I can help myself on the golf course, and hopefully you can learn a few things too.
Hello everyone, Neil Tappin here.
Welcome back,
Golf
Neil.
Monthly, and welcome to Prince's Golf Club and this video on the 7 rules mistakes that every golfer makes. Now what you're going to watch is a conversation
I
between
probably make
myself
already 20,
and
but
Jez Elwood,
7,
where we'll
that's
talk through 7 different scenarios where players don't think they're breaking the rules, but actually they are, and it can cost them penalty shots. Now if you have any questions or you think we've missed anything, please do leave some comments below. But let's get out there now. Let's take a look at the 7 rules mistakes.
I mean, you're not missing more than me. 7, number 7. All right. Good shot.
Well, that's gone down the right-hand side. There's quite a lot of thick rough over there, so I know that that's in danger and I might lose that ball. And I really need to take a provisional here, Jez.
Yep.
But there's a mistake that some golfers make that can end up costing them penalty shots. What is it?
Well, the mistake is not making it obvious that the next ball you hit is a provisional ball, which you have to do either via declaring it a provisional ball, by saying you're going to follow the procedures in Rule 18.3, or in some other way making it obvious that this ball is only to be used if you can't find the first one. So phrases like, I'm going to hit another one just in case, are deemed okay if you go into the interpretation.
Oh, okay.
Right, but I think we would advise people just to be, for the avoidance of doubt, just to say, I'm going to hit a provisional, just to be clear.
It's the simplest way, definitely.
And then give me an example of a phrase that you think wouldn't work in this scenario.
I'm going to hit another, I'm going to reload. They're not implying there's any doubt, and therefore
gotcha.
Could be taken to read that this is the ball you now want to count, and in fact it will be the ball that now counts if you don't make it clear it's a provisional, and therefore if you find your original ball in the middle of the fairway you wouldn't be able to proceed with it.
Right, so as it happens, I have another ball in my pocket, Titleist 2, green circle around the number. It's clearly identifiable as different from the first ball that I hit, so I'm going to declare this as a provisional, and then hopefully I'll be able to find my first one.
I hope you can too, because you don't want to be losing 2 shots. 1 shot. Could be hitting his. Yeah, he's hitting his third there. Yeah, 2 shots.
Okay, so we're on the 5th hole here on the Himalayas 9 at Prince's, and I've hit my tee shot out here to the right-hand side, and I'd say I'm 80% sure this is my ball, but crucially, I can't see any of my markings on it. I don't know for sure it's mine. Jez, what's the mistake
we saw this in the last video.
Yeah, I mean, the big mistake people make is they'll just...
So he should be able to put a mark, pick it up, check it's his. If it's his, he can put it down in the same spot or close to it with no penalty. He doesn't need to notify. Is it this arm? This arm. The guy on the far right doesn't need to notify him. Just put a ball marker down according to the other thing. So let's see if we're right.
Wander over, pick the ball up, have a look at it, plonk it down, say yes, it's mine.
Right.
Yep,
the mistake is that you have to mark the position of the ball first before you do it.
Yes, we're learning things, fellas.
Yep. Right next to it.
Yep.
Pick it up. Yep, that's mine.
We're learning things.
Hopefully you can see that on camera. It's Titleist 2 with a green circle around the number, and then get it back as close as possible to the original spot.
Try and put it back in exactly the same spot as much as you can.
There you go.
There you go. I think that the problem is that when the new rules came in, part of that procedure was done away with. You no longer have to have someone come over and observe the process.
Yep.
But you do still have to mark the position of the ball, and I'm sure
Awesome.
you've played with someone who just, whenever they've lost their ball in the rough, just wanders over, picks it up, plonks it back down.
Yeah.
But if you're playing a competition, you can't do that.
Yeah, so one to be wary of in this sort of scenario. Right,
competition, in the rough just wanders over, picks it up, plonks it back down.
Yeah.
But if you're playing in a competition, you can't do that.
Yeah, so one to be wary of in this sort of scenario. Right, I don't really fancy this shot, but I think I've got to take it on.
Got to get some club head speed on that, I think, tappers.
Go.
Well, that's putting.
It just.
I mean, hey, you take it. You take it from there. You take it.
Okay, so this one is about sprinkler heads. And the sort of situation that I'm in here, Jez, which is I'm just off the green. It's a links golf course here at Prince's. The fringes are cut very tightly, so I really, really want to putt this.
Yes.
But that sprinkler head is on my line. I think a lot of times in this scenario, people will automatically think, well, I get a drop here. That's not always the case, is it?
It's not always the case. The sprinkler head,
over.
under the rules of golf, has to be interfering with the lie of your ball or your area of intended stance or swing. So your ball's not lying on it, your stance is nowhere near it, and if you make...
So but what happens if you got a really weird putting style? Like, you're doing like really weird and your legs are like 2 meters. What happens if you want to be like on your belly and do it like that? Like, it's going to be in the way, surely.
Make a little stroke with your putter there, you can see that it's
my-
nowhere near interfering.
It's
So,
a
Unfortunately,
regular
it's not
one.
interfering with
We're gonna
my
play by the
stroke
rules on
whatsoever.
this one.
so whilst the desire to putt it persuades some people that it gives them the right to take a drop here, you can actually only drop this ball if there's a local rule that allows such a drop close to the green. And
Okay.
such a local rule does exist. It will typically say that the sprinkler head has to be within 2 club lengths of the green and your ball has to lie within 2 club lengths of the sprinkler head, which is right on your line.
In which case, I would get a drop, and you'd find that out usually on the back of the scorecard.
Back of the scorecard would have that local rule if it was in force, or the club notice board.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm just not going to chip this, because if I chip it, I'm definitely bringing the double hit into play, Jez. So I'm going to, even though it's right on my line, I'm going to putt this anyway. I'm going to just hit it
I'd
just
duff
to the
it.
right-hand
I'd
side.
end
and
up
see
in
what happens.
the long stuff at the back.
Oh, just hit it over the top of it.
Why did you just do that?
Well, I missed my line completely.
I think the ball was actually airborne
I'd
when it
take
went
that
over
putt.
the
It
Look
just
how
popped
good
over
it
the top
is.
of it.
It might be
But it's
about
one
6
well
feet
worth
short,
remembering.
but hey.
If you are tempted just to move your ball, if
I'd
it's
still
close to the
take
sprinkler
it.
head
6
just
feet
off the
short is
green,
better
check on
than
the back of the scorecard first.
99% of my other putts. As you can see on all
Right,
my
so
other
for this one,
videos,
we're on the fringe again, and
Mr. Three
there's a
putt over
pitch
here.
mark just in front of my ball here, probably about a foot, maybe a foot and a half in front of my ball, right on my line. I really want to putt this because I'm not the best chipper, so putting this would definitely be my shot. Every instinct I have, Jez, is telling me, oh, I can repair that pitch mark, but beware.
Yeah.
Can't, 'cause it's not on the
Well,
green,
beware
right?
because you can't. The only circumstance in which you could repair that is if it was created after your ball had come to rest. So if another player's ball had landed just in front of there and spun back or kicked on, then you could repair it. But if that
Okay.
pitch mark was there before your ball came to rest, then on the fringe you can't touch it.
So even in this,
So we got to. I wouldn't be able to unless it was after my ball. Okay.
if that's my pitch mark, I can't repair it until
No.
after I've played my next shot.
Indeed not. No.
So what happens, Jez, if there's a pitch mark on the green
yeah.
on my line? Can I
You can
repair that?
Yeah, you can repair a pitch mark on the green at any time, regardless of where your ball is lying. So
Yep.
there's no problem there. And this is only an issue if that is exactly on your line. So it would be improving the
So
conditions for your
alright,
next
we'll learn
shot.
about off the green stuff.
If it's 4 or 5 inches to the side, then you're probably fine.
Yeah.
But you might still get someone query it. But if you can say for sure that wasn't on my line, so therefore I've not improved anything, you would probably be okay.
Yeah, but the safest thing in that scenario would be just leave it and then repair it
Because
after you
it
finish
doesn't,
shot, 'cause
because it doesn't matter anyway,
on the line.
exactly.
Yep, so just beware. You might want to be doing the best thing by the condition of the golf course, but resist the temptation to repair this pitch mark in this situation, otherwise you'll get a penalty.
Okay. Resist. Even though.
Okay, so this part is about search time. We're all going to need to take a moment to look for a ball at some point during a round of golf. Jez, what's the
Yes.
advice here?
Well, the advice is that you don't have quite as long as you used to have. And I think
It's 3
most
minutes now,
people
right?
have
Oh, 2.
cottoned on to
3 or
that.
2.
But what you've got to remember is that do you ever play with anyone who actually times a search?
No.
No. So you've now got to not time your search closer to 3 minutes than 5 minutes, if you like.
Okay, yeah.
The rules say you
Yeah.
have 3 minutes to
5
find the
down to
ball from
3,
the moment
yeah.
you or your caddy arrive in the search area.
Now, one thing that's quite worth remembering when it comes to searching for a ball is that if you are using your wedge and you're looking around and you accidentally move your ball, what happens in that scenario?
Well, that's the good news, that you've only got 3 minutes, but you can be a little bit more thorough perhaps because you're no longer penalised if you move your own ball during the
Penalised.
search. You have to replace the ball
Australian
best
language.
as possible where it was lying, exactly. But you're no longer penalised, so there's no disincentive to get really thoroughly involved, especially as you now only have 3 minutes.
Yeah, so there you have it. If you find yourself in a position like this, have a good look for it, but only take 3 minutes.
Okay. Yep. Sweet. Just stay on the
Okay,
fairway.
Jess, this one is about
I think that's
nearest
just the
point
way to
of
go.
complete relief.
Yeah.
And I think the main thing to say here is that it's only one position.
Yes.
You don't get a choice of a few different spots and then pick the best one.
Yeah.
It's one position,
Okay, this is what I really need to learn about.
and it's really well emphasised by where we are here, isn't it?
This is a good example because there's a sleepered path here. You get relief from it. The flag is over there.
I want to know where
You
we
would want
take
to
relief.
try and drop on this side where the grass is considerably
I would
shorter
definitely want to
than
drop
over
somewhere
there.
over there.
But the problem
gotta take
here
it
is
further away
to
from
drop
there.
on this side, not nearer the hole, you've probably got to come back to maybe about there.
Yeah, possibly.
And that is considerably further away
Dan.
than the point over there, which you're desperately trying to avoid because it's knee-high grass.
The truth is, it's probably only 3 or 4 steps for me to get back
Yeah.
to here. And this, ultimately, where my feet are completely off the path,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I would have thought
is
you
my
would have to
nearest
take
point
it.
of relief. There's no two ways about
How
that.
do
That
you
is your nearest point
decide
of complete
on
relief,
where he
and
went
you
to
have to
before?
drop over there or decide not to drop and play it off the path if
Yeah.
you want to.
So as Jess said, the mistake to avoid here is choosing a spot that's a bit of a better place to drop the ball,
Yeah.
that's actually not your nearest point of complete relief.
Okay, I'm gonna need to watch a video on how they determine where that is, because I understand the bit where you got to take it further away from the hole, but like he could have taken it even further back, right, than that long grass if there was shorter grass behind that. But I don't understand how he took it off to the left there at a certain point, because that's still, I don't know. We're gonna have to look at a video to find out that, because that doesn't make sense. I understand a bit further back.
Okay,
but I
so the
don't
next one
understand
on
that
our list to look at is when a golf ball is and is not out of bounds, which in a scenario like this, when you've got posts and it's right on that line, is quite hard to tell. But Jez, what's the advice here for people?
Well, certainly in this scenario, it's very, very close. But I think what people perhaps get confused about sometimes is which side of this stake or a line on the ground is out of bounds. The rules say the line for out of bounds between 2 stakes would be the course side edge of those stakes. I'm on the
Okay.
course side, you're out of bounds. So this is the out of bounds line here, not here.
Right, okay.
So a ball must be wholly out of bounds for it to be deemed out of bounds. So if this ball here was at that point there, that is in
Still-
bounds.
Okay,
If that ball
yeah,
was
so it's gotta be
there,
fully behind that
that
post.
ball is now out of bounds.
Okay.
Yes.
So a ball, if there was a line here, the ball
So
could be
not-
lying on the line.
But like if it was out of bounds by like that 5 centimeters, can I just play it like normal, like social golf would just be like, you can play that. But I guess in a tournament you get a penalty. We'll see.
And then you might think, oh, I'm all right. But it depends which side of the line it is and how wide that line is.
It's a really tricky one, but we've all been in scenarios, I think, where we've been on the golf.
But if it was out of bounds, would I have to take the penalty from there, just a club length from that spot, and bring it in and take the penalty of the out of bounds with the club length? Or would I have to take it back to my previous shot and have the penalty from there on my previous shot because the ball went out of bounds from there? I don't know, leave the answer in the comments, that'd be great. Because, yeah, I would like to know, because I don't know if they're going to go into that.
Of course,
Hope they
and
do.
a golf ball has been on that line. It's been really close, and it is hard to tell. Hopefully, what Jez has explained there will help clear up any confusion you might have. So there you have it. That's our list of 7 rules, mistakes
Please
that
leave
every
your,
golfer makes.
answers in the comments.
If you like the video, please do hit the like button.
Otherwise
And
I'm
also,
gonna have to
if
do
you
some
have any
Googling about that.
questions, leave comments below. If you think we've missed anything that's really important, again, we'd love to hear from you. But that's it for now from Prince's Golf Club. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Golf Monthly. That was very helpful. I've got a lot of answers, got a lot more questions, but hopefully your other videos will come in handy. Thank you all for watching this another entry into the Smile Golf, trying to learn as much as possible about golf. Please like and subscribe to the video and the channel. Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.